Hello, this is Tom from the RV channel, RV Travel and Living. Today we're going to talk about something, so stay tuned, and hopefully you guys will enjoy this video coming up. It's something that I've been wanting to talk about, so stay tuned. We're going to talk about this in a few minutes. The thing I wanted to talk about today is where can you find an RV, and where is the best place to purchase one, and what can you expect when you buy one. Now, a lot of people say don't buy anything from a dealer, don't buy anything online, don't take your time and purchase an RV just on a whim. You know, I have to tell you, I've sold my RV 2 times, and I sold two RVs, and I bought mine on Craigslist. Now, the most important thing that you can do, they do have people that can go inspect them. There are RV inspectors that will actually go. You pay them $300-400 depending on the size of the RV, and they'll inspect that RV for you, make sure it runs and the tires are good, make sure all the awning and everything works, the slides, if it has slides, if it's a fifth wheel, if it's a class A or class B, whatever it is, they can do that. So if you're, say, in Texas and you want to look at RV in New Hampshire, there are people out there that actually can do that. If not, you can find somebody locally that will do that for you. Now, do you trust in them? I would trust them more sometimes than maybe, unless it's a close family member that's a mechanic or someone that really knows an RV. It needs to be someone that is really certified in RVs, that really understand what it's about and knows exactly, well, you know, they're going to say, well, these gears are wearing out on this slide. You're going to need new gears in a year, 2 years. The tires have about 6 more months of life on it. So they're going to actually tell you exactly what it is. It's a detailed report that they send you to let you know, okay, this is what is wrong with or this RV, excuse me, and that you need to fix these things before you do it. I would suggest always, before purchasing an RV, you bring someone with you, or be able to take that to someone for them to do a normal inspection to make sure, because you know something, you don't want to buy a lemon. You want to make sure that you buy something that's going to be really useful for you and have years of enjoyment out of. Now, a lot of guys can fix the RVs when they go wrong, so they don't worry about it. They just look at the major components and they make an offer within 5 minutes. And that's what a lot of them do. And I personally did the same thing. When I bought one, I pretty well said, okay, as long as motor and tranny's good, I can fix and repair just about anything in here. If fridge goes bad, I can pull one out, put one in. I can do it except for the electrical. And so I did. If we have a leak, I can fix the leak. And if the tub has a problem, I can fix it in the plumbing. So I knew that I could fix the minor things. But if it needs to go more in the electrical aspect, I knew I'd have to call someone. And I did one time. The circuit breakers were blowing, and come to find out I needed a new circuit breaker. The aircon was kept blowing the circuit breakers. Thought maybe it was a problem with the aircon, but it was the circuit breaker that was bad. We replaced the circuit breaker and everything was fine. Sometimes those air conditioners on those units can go bad after a while. Now, you can actually buy a new air conditioner, new unit, self-contained unit, and depending on what brand it is, you can buy one anywhere from $300 to $600 to $800, depending on where you get it. Mine was blowing hot for a while, and come to find out it had to do with the circuit breaker, because the voltage, it was a problem with the breaker itself. Once I did that, everything was fine, and it was fine. You'll find that a lot of times it's the simple things like that. If something breaks on your RV, you need to fix it. If you have a leaky faucet, you need to fix it. Those little things on an RV can turn into a disaster later on if you don't fix it. If you don't mind the water leaking, that's fine. But if you have a drip underneath the sink, you want to fix that. If you have a refrigerator that maybe is draining, the drain pan, make sure you fix that. There are things that you know, it's common sense things. It's no different than you're in your home. You want to fix your refrigerator or your stove and things like that. A lot of people don't care. My microwave don't work. Okay, I'm not worried about it. But one thing too is very important in an RV. If you're going to buy one. Buy one. There's other sources to buy one. There's another one called RV Trader. You can buy one. You can buy one. There's many different places. You can actually, many dealers, Texas has a lot of dealers. Alabama has some great dealers there. They're all over the place. Every state has some great dealers. Florida has many dealers. There are actually a couple of manufacturing plants there in Florida that manufacture RVs. So some of the top line RVs in the nation, they manufacture there. But you can easily find one to your money expectations, and some of them finance. Some of them have financing available. So if you need to finance it, they'll give you financing. Some finance it themselves. They have the money, the bank behind them to finance them themselves. Some do not, but some have what they call credit, something like that. You can actually finance your RV if you wanted to. You put whatever amount down you can afford, and then the payments are figured out for you depending on the interest and the loan and your credit. Some offer what they call just a flat rate loan, where you just go buy it flat rate, and you can, what I mean by that, you get a loan with them, it's going to be no matter 25%, and it's just the way it is. You make a late payment on it, they're going to sock it to you. If you make your payments regularly and pay a little extra on it, that's the best benefit. It's like anything else. It's no different than a car loan. You're going to get a car, you're going to get a car loan. They'll finance them, 3 years, 5 years, 10 years, 20 years, depending on what brand and what type it is, if it's new or old. A lot of the older vehicles that you get involved in the older vehicles financing, you're going to find that finance themselves over 20 years old may be a problem. If it's 20 years and above, some are 15 and above, you may find it's a problem getting financing. But some of your better models are the ones that are 20 years old, with 40,000, 50,000 miles on them. They really weren't used. They just sat most of the time. So things sit sometimes can be worse than things that are driven. So you have to make that decision. You need to have someone inspect those, though. It's very important to have someone inspect it other than you. Unless you're very knowledgeable in it, then, no worries there. But if it's a lady or someone wanting to do it, a lady messaged in a comment, says, what do you do if I want to buy a van and fix it up myself? And that would be the thing to do. Yes, you can do that. But to get somebody who's qualified to do that, there's nobody really where I'm at can do it. There's many things that you can do. So, a lot of it you can do yourself. You can get a composting toilet, read up on composting toilets. The water and the sinks, you can buy those already made at Lowe's and Home Depot. They can fit in there. You just have to shave off the bottom. So many things I gave her advice on, and I told her that, what to do about the fresh water and your compost toilet and things like that. And she really got interested and thanked me for it. And I said, here's some videos that you can look at. Guys have already done this that can give you some guidance. She said, I didn't even know these channels were online. I never been looking at RV channels, fix up a van, never saw these channels. These are channels that have been around for a long time, and that's what they do for a living. I said, if you have any problems, all you have to do is email them. Email me if they don't answer you, and I'll see if I can get them, because some of them are my friends. You can easily take an RV or a van or a car, really a van, if it's Sprinter, a regular van, or a Dodge Caravan, you can turn that into a home very easily. A lot of people have done it. There's easy things. You can get the fold-up beds that fold out, trifold, fold out, fold up. There's a chair. There's many desks and compact desks you can buy. There's many things that you can buy that is really beneficial for you. There's a sink one time, I'll never forget this, at Lowe's. They had a special on it. It's $200. The sink, the faucet, everything. It was just a sink. All someone had to do is it was just laminate wood, but all someone has to do is just cut it off. You could actually put shelving in there, drawers. It's simple to do. Put your brackets in, put a drawer in, and you could actually make it a really beneficial thing. And I thought I could see ideas popping around in my head of things, a flip out shelf. I was thinking of these things for an RV or a van. And once you cut it, you could easily insert it in there, and then make sure you get drainage and all that stuff. And it's really an ideal situation. So sometimes Lowe's and Home Depot, check those stores out. Ace Hardware sometimes will have sinks and things already made that you can just take and pop in. that are small. You know, I mean, this sink was only about this big. Some have stainless steel sinks that you could put in, or aluminum sinks, things of that nature. They're really inexpensive. You can buy an aluminum sink here, a stand with drawers and a cabinet inside for less than $50. And it's a beautiful sink with a faucet and, you know, pull out with a shower, all that. Heck, you could take that, utilize it, get you a bin. You could take a shower with it. I want to thank everybody for watching. Thank you so much. I didn't realize it's 9 minutes and 42 seconds. God bless everybody, and thank you. I'll see you guys next time.